Picture the scene. You're an experienced and respected lawyer and public health expert who has been working on contract for the United States Agency for International Development, for USAID, for the past 4 years. You prepare a presentation on maternal and child mortality among Palestinians in Gaza for a small USAID conference in Washington, D.C. You draw on data from the UN and the World Health Organization for your presentation, but one of your slides gets flagged by officials at your department. The one that talks about international humanitarian law and not targeting civilians or healthcare workers. It's inappropriate, they say, so you take it out. You also take out all references to Palestine at their request. And yet, USAID still cancels your presentation at that conference. And then you're told you can either resign from the department or be terminated over personality differences. That's what happened to a senior USAID advisor, a contractor called Alexander Smith, according to reporting from The Intercept and The Guardian. Smith told The Intercept that his presentation did not mention Israel specifically, and that, quote, "I wasn't planning to stand up and yell, 'Israel's committing genocide.' I was stating the laws." The Guardian also reported that Smith was given a choice between resignation and dismissal for wanting to talk about Palestinian child and maternal mortality. And it quotes from his resignation letter to the head of USAID, Samantha Power. "I cannot do my job in an environment in which specific people cannot be acknowledged as fully human, or where gender and human rights principles apply to some, but not to others, depending on their race." Wow. What have we become as a country? What have the Democrats become as a party if a public health official in the Biden administration's U.S. Agency for International Development cannot give a presentation on Palestinian child and maternal mortality, cannot put up a slide on international humanitarian law, and loses his job for trying to do so? Samantha Power was once a respected scholar on genocide, and now she runs a department that silences, that ends the careers of people trying to talk about the health of Palestinian children. Smith is one of a growing number of former Biden administration officials, people who have quit their jobs in disgust at this administration's complicity in the Gaza genocide. The day after Smith resigned on May 27th, Stacey Gilbert, a career civil servant in the State Department's Bureau of Population, Refugees and Migration, also resigned, citing disagreements with a recently published US government report that claimed that Israel was not impeding humanitarian assistance to Gaza. On this show, of course, just 2 weeks ago, we hosted 3 former administration officials, 2 from the State Department, 1 from the Education Department, all of whom resigned, saying they could not stay silent as the Biden administration continued to arm and fund the Netanyahu government. And on the same day we taped that discussion, May the 15th, Lily Greenberg Call became the first Jewish American political appointee to quit the administration over Gaza, saying the president was making Jews the face of the American war machine.